again, but they need to get closer. Lion might look for an arrow, but he's actually already done it. So unable to do it, and Broodmother destroys the top tower.
This was a lot bigger for EHOME than you might expect, because first of all, the Anti-Mage didn't die and the Doom was thrown. Second of all, they didn't kill Windrunner, and in all that time, Broodmother takes an entire Tier 2 tower, getting tons of gold for his team and for himself. And those failed kills from the Radiant, they can't afford to make too many of those, lest they want EHOME to come back in this. Anti-Mage is now going to get up his power treads as well on that bottom lane. And, well, he gave them a clear message there. You can't kill me just with Morphling and Doom anymore. I've got my Vanguard.
Fissure down in towards the mid. Try and slow down Lion. Lion's having a great old time. Also want to point out, too, now I'm happy to show the gold graph, as it's starting to dip back down again from the 8,000 advantage that the Radiant had, and probably sitting about maybe the 6.5 at this point. So EHOME slowly bringing it back, but they're not all the way there yet. There's still a very, very, very long way to go. The fact they have lost their Tier 1 and Tier 2 on bot didn't help, but the fact that Broodmother has actually claimed the back, the towers are level, the kills aren't, but it is going to be the time for Broodmother to actually do enough damage and create enough distraction that we see Anti-Mage get some farm up and become the big hard carry late game that we do know he is.
Yeah, definitely, and something we haven't talked about yet as well. EHOME, arguably, at least in the world of Dota 2, one of the best teams at coming back into games, at knowing their limits when they're behind, playing properly defensively. These guys are very, very adept at that. We saw it at the International. Do you remember that game against Moscow 5? In which EHOME were just completely pummeled in early game. They were behind by like 20-5. And then they managed to come back into that one, playing smart with a Tinker globally pushing and other heroes.
Oh,
and just
top lane, Fissure already has popped off the Morphling's Lincoln Sphere, dust as well from Coco, but the extra speed on PCT might be enough to get him away. There's a lot of webbing up on the top for him to actually get away, and he will do so. In the meantime, Doombringer did pick off the Windrunner in the middle lane.
And he's got a nice shiny sword flying towards him in the middle. It's coming out in that flying donkey there. It's going to bring him his, of course, the shiny item is the Radiance. We'll cap an illusion rune here as well. But again, all right, they got the kill in middle, but it's another failed gank. And TEG, they're not going to get the kills this easily anymore. And they've got to get out and do something on the map. They've got a huge kill advantage, only taken one tower. Oh, well, 2 towers on the bottom, sorry about that. And now they're going to take one in the middle. They need to get some more stuff done on the map rather than just ganking, because as we've talked about, EHOME's lineup can push them back.
Yeah, so at this point, I think the only answer is to push harder. Down the middle, Morphling is there, Doom is going to run one of his illusions up there, and of course, with that illusion he's got, that has the effect of the Radiance, so that will actually burn off a little bit. So bring down that Tier 2 tower. They want to claim this map control. They can't let Broodmother do it on their own terms. It's a fantastic Fissure, hitting 3 heroes from EHOME and already dropping Lion down to half HP. And there goes the Tier 2 tower. So easy to do. Doombringer tank on the front lines. Arrow almost hitting on X. X is still hanging around. He has that Lich ultimate if they decide to dive. Arse just luckily for him out of range of that Fissure. With the Fissure and level death, he would have actually spelled his own doom. But while this is happening, it forces people to TP back towards the top lane because PCT is still there.
Yeah, and that's going to be the story of this game over the next 10 minutes. It's probably going to be TEG trying to get something done, but then, well, whenever it doesn't succeed for them, they've got a lane to take care of. And right now, so many of their items are actually on the back of Morphling. He has so much of their farm. So with him absent, I think it's actually even better for EHOME than...
PCT, don't overextend, man. No, he's fine.
Be careful, yeah. But knows his limits there, and he's going to heal up instantly with that ultimate. Just look at all that HP he got back there. He's got massive damage, of course, with the ultimate, and good attack speed with the Orchid. And now needs to take care as Doombringer shows up. But that's it. I mean, if the Radiant are using Morphling to hold away that Broodmother, they're using a lot of their farm out for that on the map.
Lion! Leon, he's in too close. The stun, the shackle, the Lich, everybody is there. Windrunner gets the kill, and Mirana's out of the play for 50 seconds.
Yeah, looks like Leon is getting a little bit impatient on that Mirana. He really wants to get the job done, and that's as Doombringer now gets killed by CT.
Oh, that has got to be sloppy. That has got to be massively sloppy from the Doombringer to go down like that.
Definitely, and it's a huge kill because it brings PCT very close to his BKB now. He's actually got it. He can buy the Black King bar. He's got 2,300, and he's got the Mithril Hammer on himself already.
I don't think he will. I actually don't think he will for the moment. I actually have more of a feeling that PCT is going to sit there. Oh, now he buys it. Damn you, PCT! Oh, I was about to say, you're not going to do that because you're going to push down the top lane and then buy back.
I thought he just bought something else, but he didn't. All right. But yeah, he's got that BKB. Obviously a great item to have against these heroes on the Radiant. Look at it. So many disabled, slows and stuns and knockback, whatnot. The only thing that actually goes through it is the Doombringer's ultimate, which he's probably going to be happy about tanking for the Anti-Mage later on in the game. Well, sure, you can do me, but this Anti-Mage is going to slowly come at you. And look at him. He's got Treads, Vanguard, and 1,000 gold. The Manta, Toby, is only 5 or 10 minutes away if they leave him to free farm, and they have a lot to do attending Broodmother already.
Yeah, that they do, like Lion's up there, and no one can really attend him. You need to put out sentry wards all the way up the top, and that's going to cost a lot of resources from your support heroes, which you want to put into ops wards, not sentry wards. The only other option is to throw a gem on Doombringer, but as we have seen, Doombringer is very, very killable by the Broodmother. So how do you actually go about this?
I don't know how I go about explaining how he's killable to the Broodmother, but he is. He's got a plate mail now, though, so that's going to make it harder. And you see TG, they've heard their call. All right, guys, we've got to get something more done on the map. They take the fight to top lane, will claim this tier 1 tower. Morphlings, is that a Manta Star? No, it's not. It's just an illusion rune. Oh, nice
Shackle, power shot, PCT's in behind, the Lich ultimate! It is huge because the Maiden's already gone down, and it's a huge Broodmother going on the Morphling, try and run back out. Coco drops the ultimate. It's enough not to actually kill off anybody, and Leon is caught in. Another shackle shot to the trees. PCT is still living through this. The insatiable hunger, he wants to bite something. He can't get in range to do so. He was blocked in by the replicate Broodmother, and that will actually bring him down. It's a 2-2 trade. Doombringer's in trouble. X is also in a lot of trouble. Shackle shot again holds Coco in place. The Shackles just set up all these kills. Anti-Mage needs to jump back out. In fact, he does do so. They are on the retreat, 21-13. Doombringer doesn't want to end just now, but he will be forced to do so.
What a fight coming out there from both sides. I mean, EHOME just saw their opening. All right, we got a Shackle shot on the CM and a power shot. Lich Ultimate had a lot of space to bounce off. They got 3 kills there, 2 of them on the Anti-Mage, and look at his gold pot now. He's sitting on 2,100, and that's going to be a Yasha for him if he wants to buy that up first. He could also buy the Ultimate or whatever he prefers, but will most likely go for the Manta style in this one just to get that off and put a lot of pressure, and especially the Morphling with all of that mana burn can really lock down Freezer in that fight. And I mean, EHOME, as I've said, they just need a small opening in that defensive play, and then they're going to take it.
Yeah, that was one very, very small opening, but what I was more impressed by is you're 21-13 behind, and that's what it is now. That's not what it was before the fight. But EHOME stood toe-to-toe, they got good ultimates off, but then again, so did TEG, yet we still come out of that fight, and it was even, wasn't it? We lost three per side. 3 per side for that fight.
Yeah, unless it was 3 for 2, actually. Oh, wait, who died for EHOME? We lost Lich and we lost Brood, but did Lion die?
I think Lion died as well. Lion got picked off. And then there were 3 kills on the Radiant side, and that was set up by 3 shackles by the Windrunner.
Yeah, I mean, that shackle shot really pays off for them in these fights. And another thing we actually haven't talked about just yet, Toby, the Lion you just mentioned has actually got a Blink Dagger. And that is going to help them a lot in setting up these fights the way they want, now that they can have him jumping into the back of the fight, for instance. Gotta say, though, a little bit surprised not to see QQQ skilling Mana Drain just 1 level, so he can at least break the Lincoln Sphere of the Morphling with that. It actually breaks the Lincolns instantly. You don't have to drain for any time. So you can blink in, use Mana Drain, and then Hex. Instantly. He has to get that on level 12. He has to see that opening in the play. It's going to make Morphling's Lincoln Sphere a lot worse to have, although now he does have the Manta style.
Yeah, this is... I still can't believe I'm looking at the difference in gold earned, and it's over 10,000. It is still over 10,000 gold difference, yet we could have a fight like that in the top lane. I love Dota. I love Dota, man. Just what you can do, even when you don't have money. If you have a good lineup, if you have good heroes, if they work well together, gold advantage doesn't matter. And that was one thing I know we were talking about before this game actually started, Sind, of just the whole... Whoop, hello, we're now back in the game. Oh, he's coming in now. Nice accidental start there by PCT. But it's just one of those things we're talking about before the game actually started, how Teg's lineup goes up against EHOME's lineup. Like EHOME with their first 3 picks, with a Broodmother, Anti-Mage, and Lich, and then they also got Windrunner and Lion. All the heroes just work so beautifully together with the amount of stun and disable, but then you look to Teg's lineup, and how do they try and structure the fights? Where do they go with this?
It's very true, actually. The thing for TEG right now is that they only have one reliable stun, and that's the Shaker. But I just got a hint from Grunther from my team who actually told me, all right, in that last fight, Shaker got the kill on Lion. Check his gold account and give us an ETA on the Blink. And you know what? He's got 2,300. So Blink Dagger is going to be up now on the back of Coco's Earthshaker. And there you see him buying it. He just got it then. That is going to change around the way these fights work, because now EHOME will have to worry about that Shaker coming out of nowhere. That's going to be another problem for them. And interestingly enough, as Pepper points out from my team as well, yeah, well, my team is definitely helping us out here. Come With Me hasn't devoured a creep yet. He doesn't have any auras at 30 minutes.
No, really?
He doesn't have one. He hasn't eaten the movement speed creep, the crit creep, and damage aura. An armor aura.
Do you lose the... Oh, what happened to Morphling?
Oh!
I'm just watching his life just drop so damn fast that I wouldn't have thought I needed to be there, but it seems that we might have actually had... Yep, we had a Shackle, we've had a Lion Stun, and we've had Anti-Mage just burning the living crap out of him.
Yeah. And I mean, not having an aura and Doombringer at this point, bar even at the 15-minute mark, is just weird. And now finally he goes, oh well, too bad it's the troll camp. Yeah, he was looking for that movement speed creep, I think. Or maybe a Frost Armor Ogre. That would be huge as well against both Anti-Mage and Broodmother to have that Frost Armor. I actually think that either that one or the Command Aura is what Come With Me will want to be looking at. Command Aura, of course, gives him the crit as well. If you eat the Alpha Wolf from the pack, you get the critical strike and a 30% damage aura for everyone around you. Huge to have that, and they don't.
Does Come With Me lose that aura, though? Like, after he dies, that aura should dissipate, shouldn't it? It should...
No.
You have to go and get it again.
It sticks. You don't lose it. So that just makes it so weird. He never had one. You don't lose it when you die, even.
Maybe.
He's only been eating creeps in the lanes for farm. He hasn't eaten a single aura creep. That is a huge mistake. And it might sound like, all right, he could eat a creep and get another ability. But when that ability is a 30% damage aura we're talking, then it's a huge mistake. That could turn fights around completely.
You can at least be happy we do actually have Mana Drain online now.
Yeah.
And it actually looks like we're going to see a bit of a push coming on the top lane by TEG. They're setting up. In fact, actually, Earthshaker's going to TP in towards the mid lane to hold onto the tier 1 tower. As we do see Lion actually going down to Morphling. He tried to throw out one last stun, but Morphling had too much damage on him to actually do it with the Manta as well as Linkers for him. And maybe even a push up the middle lane now that stun damage as well as Hex is now at the window. Or, no, it's going to be Roche. But the Ward's watching it. And they see it with the gem. They see it with the gem, so now they decide that's not a good idea.
Yeah, okay, that's a Radiant Ward.
Yeah, so it's a Radiant Ward on the high ground. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. If the Dire actually had two wards there, one up on the high ground, so you actually couldn't see it.
Yeah, they're going to try to go for Roche, and this is one of the things that they have to do. I mean, like as I've said, they've got to use the map.
They're taking too long for this. They've taken too long for this. Now we're going to see EHOME be able to push out the middle lane a little bit more. Roshan's going to take him a long time to actually kill, and Lion's back up in the mix. So if they want to try and stop this, they can. And look at the Spiderling conga line. The Spiderling conga line is going in. They find Earthshaker. Earthshaker will stop it. Roshan's almost dead. They had to know this was going on. Power shot flies through him, but Roshan's already dead, and it is going to be the Morphling with the Aegis. I don't know why EHOME didn't try and stop that.
They might not have been too confident in their map position. I mean, the entire map for them is black right now because of that gem on the Radiant side, so it might as well have been the Radiant baiting them to go in. All right, do you think we're Roshan? Hell no, we're hiding 5 heroes atop a cliff, and now you just died 3 people.
Point.
Are worried when they get a black map, and that's the gem right there for you by Come With Me. It's making a big difference right here. Something else that might make a big difference, though, is the smoke coming out of EHOME.
Oh, top!
Hey,
Stun! Turn him into a frog! Finger him as well, but there's a good ES blinking, good ES ulti, but one mech charge later and everything is all well. Bar Morphling going right over the top of line, killing him off, and now the Lich ultimate bouncing with the illusions! The Lincoln Sphere is already popped, and Morphling turns into a watery kind of like Spiderling kind of army, and then PCT on the Crystal Maiden. Arrow will hit as a close range arrow. Anti-Mage blinks up. Morphling tries to come back. In fact, he does do so. Luckily, the Aegis Immortal gives him a second kind of life, and PCT is forced back, but that's good to see the Aegis popped off. Fantastic ultimate there by X. Makes up for everything that happened in the start of the game.
That may be stretching it a little bit, but it was a good ultimate. Got X there. Sees the opening again. And again, it's just that small thing. There's a Doombringer a little bit astray, and bam, EHOME are there with their smoke. Get the kill, get the follow-up kill, another one even. The Aegis used by Morphling as well. And just a huge fight in overall for EHOME. Their only casualty is, again, the Lion. But he already has the items he needs for this game. Lion doesn't really need any more than that Blink in this lineup, I feel.
Mm-hmm. What I'm still surprised is the gold graph is not changing. It's still rising. It's about 12,000, almost 14,000 gold advantage. That's at 12,000 advantage in favor of the Radiant.
That's Devour. He gets an additional 100 gold every 45 seconds. If it wasn't for Devour, this graph would look completely different. So it does cheat you quite a lot when there's a Doombringer in the game. Because, well, what makes Doombringer strong is that he eats this many creeps to get all that gold. But having gold items worth 10,000 on a Doombringer does not compare to having items worth 10,000 on an Anti-Mage. It's just that simple. He's better as a carry, and he has the gold for his Mantis Style now, which, in my opinion, the Anti-Mage's inventory right now is more important than what the Doombringer has. Mm-hmm. Radiance, Vanguard, Plate Mail, and Face Boots does not compare to an AM with Vanguard and Mantis Style.
Yep. Top lane, tier 2 towers now going to be brought down. PCT is there to defend it. He does not have enough support to actually stop this, so there's 2 Windrunners, but they're illusions. Hanging inside the neutrals. X is holding back with his ultimate, but they know they can't stop this. So in the end, I think it's just going to be Anti-Mage going to try and look for a trade in the bottom lane. Lions for support. Tier 2 tower goes down with epic music being queued at that point, and they're not going to stop. Tech's going to go in.
This could be a huge mistake for TEG. Pushing this further than they actually can. They've seen EHOME's ability to defend, but they might at the same time feel the pressure of time running out.
Here we go.
Illusions.
Double Mantis style, one for Mirana, one for the Morphling. The Fissure going off the back end, but it's the Glyph that's slowing them down. Lion with a fantastic stun through all of them, got in position with a Blink Dagger until he gets doomed up. Doom wants to try and dive this as well. His illusions are on the front lines. EHOME's trying to take most of it, but it's a great ES ulti. Fantastic positioning for it, but Doom is gone. Anti-Mage gets the kill. The Lich ultimate bounces through the rear end of the play, and it will get them another one. 2 for the Anti-Mage. Let's make it a triple just because we like it. And it will be the Anti-Mage on the run. Earthshaker with a blink. Good stun. Maybe not enough. Yeah, it's going to be the blink and get the kill. Triple kill for him. The Earthshaker has all of his mana gone, and it's just Anti-Mage going one-on-one with the Earthshaker. In the meantime, a little bit further down, someone else is having fun. It's on the Morphling, who is still alive in this. Waveform's over, gets the Lion down. ES lands the Fissure, slowing PCT. Shackle Shot will not latch on due to the Lincoln Sphere. And for some reason, Mega Seat's still showing up. Freezer now pops off the Manta style. PCT has that insatiable hunger, gets adaptive strike, is getting pushed back. Cannot create another wave for another couple of seconds. Got a big creep wave here, but they will fall back, and that will be the end of the engagement.
Yeah, as I said, I just, the moment I saw TEG going for that, I had a bad feeling about that fight for them. They do, however, get the base tower. They trade half their bottom tier 2 tower for that, so that's an okay trade. The problem, again, though, Anti-Mage at triple. What does he have? Manta Style, 2.2k now. One more big item on him, and that's going to be some serious trouble.
He bought straight Vlads.
He bought a lot of Vlads.
I'm surprised he actually went Vlads, though, considering EHOME will be looking towards late game. A heart would have been, in my mind, where's that Reaver?
I would have probably bought the Vlads on the Broodmother, who's sitting on 4k right now, and have Anti-Mage go for the primary damage item. But perhaps Nuz just wants to have that Vlad Mirror constantly on himself, knowing that he has it, even when
Brood
Broodmother
going
isn't
Manta?
around. Could be. Could also be a Scythe.
Oh, true. Sheepstick. Oh, okay.
Could also
be
a
awesome.
Skadi. I mean, options are there. There are quite a lot of items involved that Ultimate Orb. I doubt it's a Skadi, though. I wouldn't really see the purpose of that, but I see the purpose of both of a Manta and what was it? A Scythe.
Yes.
But still, the Manta Style, though, I mean, Broodmother, it's an amplifier for the ES ult, but if that is used, the Manta Style is just going to be good extra damage, good extra confusion.
Hello? Blink up. They were searching for the illusion. That's all they got.
Oh.
It wasn't the real one.
Something's cooking, though.
EHOME want to go. Blink in from Earthshaker. He lands the Fissure, but Windrunners on the right side of it. Already doomed. Adaptive strike. Not going to be enough. Lich ultimate. It's going to go in. There's no creep wave. Huge hit on the Crystal Maiden and the Morphling. Lion turns around. Lich comes in. There's 2 down for TEG. Come with me is going to do with me to the death with him. In towards the middle lane. Morph waves up. Tries to go for X. Shackle shot being repelled off by the Lincoln Sphere again by Morphling, saving its life. Morphling's drained all the mana out of Come With Me. And Leon is doing what he can with the Starfall. Lich is here. Frost goes again. They will pick X up on the retreat. There goes the AM ulti. It's a great shackle shot. Power shot as well. Anti-Mage pops up his Amanda style. Try and chase down Freezer. He's got a lot of life. His strength morphed up to 3k HP. Leon's now on the run. He can't strength morph himself. And he has no mana. In fact, actually, yes, he will. He have enough for a leap. But no! Anti-Mage blinks in. Sacks up the remainder amount. Power shot goes. Maybe not. He just had enough with those stick charges. And manages to retreat back out again. What a scramble.
And Broodmother the whole time has
Whoa!
been pushing top.
Taking out the tower, but Earthshaker with a huge ultimate. PCT's held in place. He's going to BKB. He just wants the racks. He's going the racks. The TP support, and he TP's out. Oh. And
This
the tier
game
1
is
tower
looking
in the mid. And the tier 1 tower in the mid.
With every minute, Toby. That is a comeback, as we know from EHOME. Huge play again.
It's a big play from them to actually get this. We see also now a couple of items completed. Mech and Pipe. We don't like it on the one hero, but as good as being created on the
Especially
Windrunner.
against Doom. And that is probably why they tried to Doom that hero out. We haven't really talked about that just yet, but Come With Me is getting the Doom off on Windrunner in those fights. Really wants to disable him from using the Mech and the Pipe, but it opens up the entire fight for AM. And that's a huge dilemma to have as a Doombringer. Only one solution to it, get a Refresher Orb, then you can cast one on each of them. But I don't think that's what Come With Me is aiming for, but it could actually, argue that would be a good item here.
Scythe of
And
Vice.
the Scythe is up on Brood, so it was the Scythe and not the Manta.
It's going to
Big
be
items
trouble
on
top now in the middle lane. Broodmother wants to go for this. The support will be there. Needs to turn Freezer into a chicken sometime soon. Uses the spawns, the spiderlings to ensure that the site will actually work. Lion turns around. First stun. Finger turns him into a morphling frog. And Leon, all he can do is stand on the high ground, watch, get temporarily shackled, and then run himself away, watching his carry die in the middle lane. And even then, Anti-Mage is there. Leon very, very fast on the leap, but Anti-Mage wants to keep up with the blink.
I think this is this is EHOME playing against a Morphling, and they're wondering, in our tradition of playing Morphling over in China, we like to get BKBs. Well, if you don't, we're going to silence and hex your Morphling and totally burst him down. That'll teach you to get a BKB against a Lion and a Scythe and Orchid Broodmother. And that's something Freezer definitely has to think about. He really gets locked down.
The BKB, like, at this point, he's avoiding the damage. I think that's what he thought. It's like, oh, I got myself a Butterfly, I've got myself a Manta Style, I got a Lincoln Sphere, I got Evasion, I got one spell which I can dispel every 40 or so seconds. Why do I need a BKB? 20 seconds.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But it's still not enough. I mean, the amount of single target spells coming out of EHOME, they just drop a spawn spiderlings on him, and that's bye-bye to that one. And then immediately comes up with a hex and a silence, and even a shackle shot if that's necessary. But they have 2 hexes. They have Lion's Hex and a hex on Broodmother. Then they have an Orchid 5-second silence, Impale, shackle shot. I mean, they could disable that Morphling for 20 seconds straight if they wanted to.
They could even go longer, man. I reckon you could almost push the entire disabled time of the Dire side to probably about 40 seconds in total.
Yeah, almost. I mean, you could lock down that...
And then you got the refresh times. So Impale will come off cooldown by that. You could probably keep the Morphling just sitting there as a frog or stunned for the entire time if you wanted to.
Freezer has to realize that BKB's the item. He had the most ridiculously good start, and they just haven't been able to use it.
Roshan.
BKB.
Roshan, is there a ward from the Dire? No, they don't have one. Crystal Maiden, Anti-Mage would have seen that. And in return, he actually sends his illusions in to have a scout around.
He hasn't seen it.
He didn't go in. He's got to know something's going on. This is going to be... Oh, no. Roshan.
They don't know it.
Oh, no. Morphling as the Aegis to the Immortal. That's one way to avoid it. That's one way to avoid it. Now Earthshaker takes care of the top lane. Tons of money for him on the top. And then Doombringer comes in later on, but he's already got an Assault Cuirass up as well.
Yeah, that's a big item as well for Come With Me. They're going to increase the damage.
Oh no! Leah's caught out! Stun, finger, hex, and disable and killed. 3 heroes, and it's not even the big ones.
He can't rebuy. That's a full minute for EHOME to play freely. I don't think TG have the remote chance of fighting this EHOME lineup without their Mirana alive. She has a Diffusal and a Manta Style. It's a too big part of their damage. Makes you actually wonder, why did she go for Diffusal Blade? What's that done to counter? Perhaps to remove the insatiable hunger from Broodmother, but she has a BKB anyway. But I mean, that's 40 seconds. EHOME are going to use this. Look at them. All right, we got a kill. Let's farm the enemy's forest. Let's push out mid and bottom lane. And the only place, well, the Radiant have back to go is top, and they're going to go there.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they've already done. They're trying to push out. What have we actually got for the Morphling? Now he actually has that Aegis, but he's so low on money. You look at Doombringer, he's got 1,600, but he's got Gem, Vanguard, Radiance, Assault Cuirass, Crystal Maidens walk around with pretty lean as well. But it looks like Lion's trying to build up at what to be is a 4-star. He's actually bought a 4-star. I was wondering if he's actually going to go Aghanims. But he has actually ended up going for that 4-star for him. Lich might be looking for the same form of thing, so we might see massive positional play. Oh! What is he going to go out?
Oh, he can rebuy if this goes on, I think. Let me have a look at the Broodmother. Yeah, he will.
Yeah.
But a huge kill. That's a lot of gold off the back of Broodmother. That cost him about 3,000 in total, getting killed and then rebuying, or at least 2.5 for PCT.
And now Mirana's back, and with a double damage rune.
Oh.
And we still actually have that Aegis Immortal up, don't we? It's actually, no, come with me.
It's on the back of Morphling, who is bottom.
Morphling, okay. I was saying, there's an empty slot. He didn't drop that, did he? No. But now it looks like we do actually have some smoke coming up from Windrunner. We're going to walk right in the middle of their lineup. Fissure for the Lich Ultimate. There is no creep wave, and there's tons of illusions for it to really go off. Lion and Lich have already gone down. Anime's doing what he can. Come With Me is trying to be ripped, but PCT with a Doom on top of him will actually die. The battle is tagged. The battle is tagged. Anti-Mage is theirs as well. 4 go down. There is no buyback for this. This will cost them their racks on top, if not more.
This might actually have decided the game. I did not see this coming from miles away. What just happened then? I mean, Morphling instantly replicates into that copy there, and I think EHOME had a feeling, all right, Morphling is farming bottom, we might actually be able to go on this. But they don't take out the replicate. Freezer comes in and gets free play in that fight, and that's going to be huge. It's going to be the top racks, if not even mega creeps, if they have the time for it. There's 50 seconds on AM and Brood. Neither of them can actually rebuy this. And a huge fight for TG. Just when we were going to call that EHOME are in a proper position for this one, they might have dropped it all on the floor in that one fight.
Just that one time when Windrunner thought, I'm going to smoke, I'm going to find initiation, and walked right in close. They had no sight line going into that, and they have lost their mid. And now they're going to rotate bottom. All 5 heroes are still up, and EHOME can't fight till all 5 are in. They cannot fight this. The fortification's already gone. It is, in fact, mega creeps. The epic music is trying to sound off every single time they lose one. In comes Line. It's a good stun, but the Fissure is there. Blink up, hold him in place. Morphling with one last hit. Gets it. X is there. And Arse is going to run out, but already EHOME. There's the GG call. What a big battle there from Teg on the top lane. Without that, they would not have won this. I really thought that Teg threw this game. And EHOME did some amazing play to come back, but one fight can change it all. It's like Powerball, man. They forgot a racks on top.
EHOME have already called the GG though, and there it is. The mega creeps are going to come out for TG. And what a fight, you've got to say. That was just huge coming out of TEG there. That's just what they needed. I don't think you could have dreamt of a better fight than that. Crystal Maiden got off a massive ultimate in that fight. Shaker ultimate was there. Morphling got free play. They got everything they needed. And, well, that's going to be it. TEG take out EHOME. I don't think many people would have expected this.
No, they wouldn't. Well, TEG played an amazing game the other night. Like, you couldn't have said, wow, that is like the worst game. Like their opponents weren't terrible. They played a nice, coordinated, structured game as though TEG have really been practicing. They've really been putting in their homework, going, okay, Dota 2. Freaking serious business, man. I'm not just coming in for a bit of pub fun. I'm really going to try win these competitions, be one of the top teams, and they've actually beaten one of the teams. ESWC, EHOME were in the semi-finals. In the international, EHOME were in the grand final. Sorry, I should say grand final for both of those. They are not a team where you just go, hey, now I'm going to sweep them on the rugs. Even with their changes, they are still EHOME. They still actually have a lot of potential, and TEG have really proven something today.
Yeah, and a funny thing about this actually as well is that TEG finally get their revenge on EHOME, who they actually played against back in 2010 at the ESWC back then. They were the guys to put up the best fight against the unbeatable 2010 EHOME squad. No doubt about it, TEG were the ones who put the most pressure on EHOME during that tournament, and now they finally get a chance to have their revenge, and they are going to take it, bringing down EHOME in this. It's a new game, it's online, but it's a revenge for them, and I think they're very thrilled taking this one down. They must have been a little bit worried at some point, but then that one fight, and they got everything in one fight. Very effective play there during that fight and the push. And yeah, that's going to be the game for TEG. So congratulations to them taking down EHOME, probably putting themselves in a really good position in their group as well.
Yeah, in fact, I believe they're actually the top of their group. Yeah, TEG will move up. So the new French Order, who has been renamed Team Shakira, they're going to be moving into second position, and TEG, with their second game now under the belt, will move up into the #1 position. If you want to check out all these details, head over yourself to joindota.com, and you can click on the defense tab there. You can see everything in the group stages, the teams who are participating. If you want to check out who's actually playing for who, we'll have a update as well on the EHOME roster. They have actually changed their roster around for the Dota 2 lineup, but it's going to be different to the one they're going to use for Dota 1. So this is all going to be coming up in more updates. And of course, also coming up very, very soon is my co-commentator. He's going to actually jump into the game, and it's going to be Wild Honey Badgers going up against the American boys, GDT. They'll be kicking off in about 18 minutes' time. So we're going to let Sin have a break. We're going to let you guys have a break as well. I'm going to have a break. Everyone's going to have a break, and we'll find some Kit Kats. We'll see you guys in about 18 minutes.